Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to take a look. We've had Acosta has held a press conference, didn't apologise to the victims in the Epstein matter, and of course I wanted to take a quick look at how the public reacted to that. And yesterday when I read, it showed that Acosta would actually be forced eventually to step down, that he would actually have to fall on his sword. Now, in my breaking Epstein video of 2 or 3 days ago, I've pinned up the top the charges that Epstein are on, compared to the charges that he was on at the state level, where he did the plea deal, where he took Acosta's plea deal. Look, we've got the Queen of Cups falling out of this reading already. Okay, and there's quite a difference in the severity of the charges. The federal charges talk about child sex trafficking. Okay, it's in black and white, can be no mistake. The state charges talk about soliciting prostitution with someone under 18. Okay, so there's a huge difference. All right. Now, one of the things that we do know is that he is a registered sex offender. That, again, was another deal. I think it was a non-prosecutorial deal that he register as a sex offender. Needless to say, the difference between the federal and the state charges are absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. How can Acosta try and say that in the 2000s, you know, a decade ago, not so long ago, that this deal with Epstein was acceptable? It wasn't acceptable. So there is growing pressure now on Acosta to resign. Let's have a look. Who was involved in brokering this deal? Was Trump involved? Because this is really where we're coming from. We're coming from the relationship that Trump has with his Labor secretary, with the person that got Jeffrey Epstein the deal. Was Trump involved? I think it was in 2008. Was Trump involved in this original plea deal that was brokered for Epstein with Acosta? All right, was Trump involved in any way? He's been around that Miami, Florida, Palm Beach, etc., Mar-a-Lago set. Of course, always, you know, was he pulling strings here for his friend Jeffrey Epstein? Was Trump involved in any way with this deal that Epstein got, where he pled guilty to lesser charges and received a light sentence? Was Trump involved in this in any way? Okay, let's have a look here. So we've got the Six of Wands, which is the victory card here. It's needing to get an outcome. It's winning something. It's also a yes card. So these are my impressions via the tarot. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Nine of Wands here, which is almost like, it's interesting, I'm using my Tarot of the Mystic Spiral here, which is a low Scarabeo deck, tarot deck. We've got they depict this Nine of Wands, which is putting up barriers. It's also a little bit weary. This is someone who's picking up pine cones in a very large forest. That's interesting. So we've got a situation where they wanted victory over something I feel quite serious. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords, suggesting some sort of truth here, truth needing to come out. This is somebody who's confronting the Emperor, and the Emperor's got their hand up, really pushing them away. That's interesting. Okay, let's have a look here. The Empress. Okay, underneath the Six of Wands, we've got the Empress card, suggesting there's more to this story than what we know. It's suggesting there's some kind of secret here that is needing to come out. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles underneath the Nine of Wands, suggesting this is somebody who was, you know, fighting a great battle. And underneath and clarifying that, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is really the work that needed to be done, I feel, to protect this person. And this is creating some kind of, in this case, it's some kind of legacy. What was the legacy? We're seeing the legacy unfold now, right in front of our eyes. So the Knave of Swords suggesting some kind of truth needing to come out. We've got the King of Pentacles here. Who is the King of Pentacles? Who is so very highly focused on money, so much so that really that's all they're thinking about. I just want to show you these two cards. We've got the Knight confronting the Emperor. And we've got the King of Pentacles here. So let's keep going. And we've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, which is clarifying the Empress card. This is an investigation here into this matter. I feel according to the technique that I use here, we've got it more likely that he was involved in that original plea deal, which would explain why he, his connection with Acosta, who is now his Labour secretary. The question is that if he was involved, will it actually come out? All right, let's give these a good shuffle. If Trump was, something's come out here. The Two of Cups, there is a relationship with someone here, relationship with Epstein. I'm feeling, and we know that from past history. We know that from photographs. We know that from news reports. We know that over 15 years, I think Trump said Epstein was such a great guy. Okay, so did Trump, obviously protect his good friend Jeffrey Epstein? If so, if this is true, according to my tarot impressions, will it actually emerge that that Trump was somehow involved in that original deal? Okay, so I'm getting a really good, bright white light coming in then, which is sometimes indicating that that we're on the right track. Will it emerge that Trump is somehow connected to that original deal? Will it emerge that Trump is connected somehow to that original deal? Who knows? Who knows? And who's likely to come forward? The Six of Swords. Okay, this is, it's like... It's like at that time it was perilous, and it still is perilous. We've got this boat about to head into a spiral, a storm, a tornado. Okay, the Seven of Swords. Again, killing the beast. What is the beast? Taming the beast with this Seven of Swords. We've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, battle weary. Will it emerge? Let's keep going. Oh, Four of Chalices or Four of Cups. It's interesting, this card, because at the back, in the background, we've got almost like a tower moment. This is disappointment in its truest sense, but the person, it's a poison chalice, and the person holding that poison chalice looks like they're about to be consumed by that sea monster. So really, we've got this kind of scenario here. It's quite bleak looking for Trump. Maybe that's why he wants his Attorney General on the job. Seven of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles working here. Again, this kind of what was being created, what legacy was being left in allowing Epstein to get off like that. And the Nine of Swords. He's quite anxious. He's quite anxious about what's occurred in the past. What's hidden from our view is balance. So he could have in some way been involved back then, and of course that would figure if he used. It's now emerging in news reports that, of course, Trump attended a party or he and Epstein hosted a party with 28 of Epstein's girls. Okay, so in some way he has been involved with this. All right, now let's see if Acosta's going to be forced. I want to take that further, whether or not Acosta will be forced to stand down. I just feel the outrage growing, but let's not allow it. It's a very serious matter, but we've also got Mueller appearing, and that will be my next reading, because I feel in other readings that I've done that the Mueller investigations will be the thing that will remove Trump from office, not necessarily the Epstein affair, but it could be that this, as I said, seems to be a connection between Cohen and the Epstein arrest. And we've got George Nader being arrested as well. Did he flip? Did he flip and provide evidence that that could take down Epstein? I'm getting a pull to Mueller, so before we get to Acosta, let's just read on that. Did Nader provide some sort of information around Epstein, which could have led to his arrest as part of a plea deal? Did Nader give forward some sort of information on Epstein? Nader, Epstein, almost said Trump then. So there's a yes here with this Six of Wands here. Yes, he did. And the Seven of Wands, yep, he was reevaluating because it was looking pretty serious for him. And we've got the World, yep, endings and beginnings. Quite a significant card here. The Four of Wands, another yes card. This is almost like he has turned over some kind of evidence here. And the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help. Who helped whom? Who was in debt to whom? I wonder, Trump's relationship with Epstein, did it have something to do with money here? Some kind of commonality here with money. We know that Epstein potentially could have used money, seed funding that through ill-gotten gain or criminal activity could have to start his business here. There is money tied up in this equation. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Again, it's like, how long is a piece of string here? So I'm really getting an intuitive pull back to money laundering, and the kinds of things that went on perhaps in New York back in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, which of course is where Trump kind of grew up or made his business successful. Well, I won't even say successful, made his money. Got the government here, which is the courts, suggesting what's hidden from our view is, with these yes cards coming forward, Nader could have passed on some sort of information regarding Epstein. But why is it that Trump's circle is a registered sex offender, or was a registered sex offender in Epstein, and Nader, George Nader, who is now has been found with child pornography images, etc., on his phone, and has been arrested? So how come, Epstein, a good buddy for at least 15 years, and Nader part of, I think Trump, was he on Trump's campaign team? It's very close in the orbit, isn't it? All right, back to these are all things that we can think about. But I'm getting this real pull to Mueller, and I feel that we have yet to see those investigations and how they're going to pan out. I feel that they're quite strong. All right, so will Acosta fall on his sword? Will he stand down? My reading yesterday showed that he could. Will Acosta resign? Will Acosta resign? It's very unforgiving when it comes to child sex offences. The Three of Cups. So he's enjoying some level of support at this particular time. He's challenged, though, by the deals, the relationships he's had in the past. the deal that could have been done, the collaboration that was done with Epstein. We've got judgment here. He's been heavily judged. The angel of judgment is blowing his or her horn. This is an ending of something. That's the foundation of the reading. So I'm thinking that he will. The Queen of Wands here, intuitively, this is the confident women that have come forward, and it's women coming forward quite confidently now. Look who the Queen of Wands is with, 2 lions flanked on either side. This is strong. This is a push now for Acosta's to stand down. The Magician, though, what's uppermost in Acosta's mind is still the kinds of deals, the kinds of manipulations, etc., that the Republican Party is so well known for. However, the King of Swords in the immediate future is the investigation. This is my Moolah card. This King of Swords is actually sitting over someone's grave. Now, that with the judgment, the angel of judgment is kind of, we haven't got to the outcome yet, it's kind of saying he probably will. He's compromised with, currently, he's got heavy forces, decisions have to be made. Part of the Two of Swords is a crossroads card where one has to make compromises in order to proceed forward. We've got the downfall in the environment around, and of course, not surprisingly, this person has these swords stabbed in the back here. At the foot of the Sphinx-like structure, which is crumbling around. Quite powerful cards, aren't they? The hopes and the fears, the Eight of Wands. Okay, this is overwhelming. Things coming forward quite quickly. But there's a level of isolation in this card as well. He fears that he will be isolated. And the Ace of Pentacles is a yes card. What has it got is the eagle here, which is symbolic with the United States. The Ace of Pentacles is suggesting new starts here. My question was, will Acosta stand down? The answer is yes. And that the eagle is actually the king here because it's wearing the crown. And we've got the Six of Pentacles, who he gave help to. There could be some money trail here, I'm feeling, if it's not revealed. It could be that there was money changing hands here. This could be where Cohen and Trump might be brought into it as well. Now, what we have here is justice, the justice card, but it's come out reversed as a clarifier for the the Ace of Pentacles. It's clarifying the Ace of Pentacles because justice was not done by Acosta. It looks as though the Three of Swords, loss. Okay, I'm glad this was only supposed to be a quick reading, so I'm not going to labour too long. These outcome cards are well worth having a look at. I usually don't read reverse, but if a card is reversed, I will let it stand. We have the yes, he will stand down with this Ace of Pentacles. Lovely image here of this eagle. Freedom is winning. Freedom is winning. Then we've got clarified by the Six of Pentacles, money changing hands, someone being in someone's debt. That's interesting. And we've got justice reverse. Why is someone in someone else's debt? Because justice was not done. Okay. And we've got loss here with this Three of Swords here. This person is not winning the battle. This monster is winning the battle. So, wow, okay, I'm going to leave that there. Quite an interesting reading, and I'm glad I used my Tarot of the Mystic Spiral because I felt that was quite apt for the reading. All right, looks like Acosta's days are numbered, and rightly so. Thank you very much for tuning in.